In John 12 we read of Mary, who gave in abundance, and of a crowd looking for a king and easily giving hymns. On the edge of this dramatic entry event stood a group of Greeks fascinated by this and came looking for Jesus. They wanted to see Jesus. Our immediate first feeling and reaction is, this is what we are sent for. Now we will tell them about Jesus and bring them to conversion. Jesus will now show us how to talk to the people we are sent to and what to say. And Jesus says, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed, but if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me. Jesus rewrote the rules of engagement, which describe how evangelism, mission, or being sent works. In other words, what must you say to convince people to follow Jesus? We are sent. You must die. The grain of wheat must fall into the ground and die. You must stop loving yourself and living for yourself. You must become more in love with God than yourself, your plans, and what people think of you. You must follow Jesus, which means you must have his heart and attitude and follow his example. This is heavy, let's be honest about it, but it is the challenge. If we as a congregation want to take being sent seriously, there is no other path behind Jesus. There is no comfortable option for us, and only if we have time, not if we want to follow Jesus. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who stood up against the regime in Nazi Germany and was eventually killed for it, wrote about this and said, if Christ calls a man, he bids him, come and die. Jesus understood that he gave his life, verse 26, feeds grain of wheat that falls into the ground and dies. And it is with his death, his self-giving, that a great harvest is produced. We want to harvest and reap the fruits of a relationship with the Lord, but we do not want to give ourselves and die. Back to the question then, what will convince the Greeks? What will make people believe in Jesus? If we are sent to people, what must we say? Our being sent directly results from our commitment to Jesus, which stands at our faith's core. If we as a church want to be a healthy network, it implies a commitment to Jesus Christ, who stands at the core of our faith. Our following of Jesus will give off Mary's nard oil's fragrance. People will know what you do, how you act, what you say, how you handle and make them feel, how you give yourself, whether you follow Jesus, and whether they want to walk this path. They once asked an old Amish man if he was a Christian. After standing and thinking for a while, he answered, ask my neighbor. Are you sent? Let us ask the person in your house, your friends, those who work with you. If Christ calls a man, he bids him, come and die.